Another PH tennis bet: Madis secures wild card slot in WTA 125 PH Open. Manila, the Philippines' top women tennis players will share center stage with global stars in the WTA 125 Philippine Open from January 26 to 31 at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center, with another wild card slot confirmed. Aside from Southeast Asian Games gold medalist Alex Ila, who will rise to number 49 in the world rankings on Monday, Teniel Madis has also secured a wild card slot in the main draw. Ila is competing though in the Australian Open main draw in Melbourne on January 18 to February 1 along with Indonesian Janice Tien, another wild card. The remaining 2 slots will be decided through a playoff featuring 7 players: Tiffany Nokos, Steffi Mari the Aludo, Kay and Emina, Elizabeth Abarque, Justine Hanamaneja, Nina Angeline Alcala and Joanna Victoria Pena. The wild card playoff is scheduled January 12 to 15. The qualifying rounds of the WTA 125 Philippine Open are scheduled on January 24 and 25. Former world number 2 and Paris Olympic silver medalist Dana Vesic of Croatia tops the provisional entry list. Meanwhile, the tournament venue has undergone major renovations in preparation for the event, which was organized with Ila in mind. Court 2 has been converted into a center court with a seating capacity of up to 2,000, while courts 4 and 6 will also host matches. The Decudo-covered court and Court 5 will serve as practice courts. P&A. The rising sun's new dawn, Madis and the Philippine tennis renaissance. Beneath the tropical skies of Manila, the rhythm of tennis is changing. Long overshadowed by the spectacle of basketball, boxing, and volleyball, tennis in the Philippines is quietly forging a new identity, one that carries the promise of global stages, international champions, and homegrown heroes taking center court. This season, that promise doesn't just belong to the nation's brightest star. It now also belongs to Teniel Madis, a determined young athlete whose journey to a wild card slot at the WTA 125 Philippine Open is as inspiring as it is symbolic of a broader Filipino sporting awakening. Sunrise: a new chapter in Philippine tennis. For decades, Philippine tennis has existed in the margins, but momentum has been building. The sport's global pinnacle, the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, circuit, had never hosted an event on Philippine soil until now. That changes in January 2026, when Manila's Rizal Memorial Tennis Center, seasoned with history but recently rejuvenated, will welcome the first ever WTA 125 tournament in the Philippines. The significance of this can't be overstated. A WTA 125 event holds real weight. It draws rising talents and established pros, and offers ranking points and prize money that can launch careers. And with the inaugural Philippine Women's Open just weeks away, fans and athletes alike feel the thrill of a once-in-a-generation moment. Amid all this optimism, Teniel Madis stands poised to etch her own chapter in history. Tennis Madis, more than a name on the list. In a scene that feels like a plot twist written by sport's fate itself, Madis has earned a wild card entry into the WTA 125 Philippine Open, a remarkable achievement that speaks to her grit, growth, and rising stature among the country's tennis hopefuls. For Madis, this isn't just a wild card, it's a wing granted to soar. Madis isn't flying alone. She and fellow Philippine Tennis Academy standout Steffi Mari the Aludo both contested a playoff for wild cards, an intense mini-tournament held at the very courts where the world's best will soon compete. Each smash, slice, and rally she played wasn't just for a spot in the big draw. It was for pride, for recognition, and for the validation that her tennis journey, from schoolyard dreams to national aspiration, truly matters. There's something quietly poetic about her rise. In the whispers of Manila's early morning breeze, in the echoes of ball against freshly painted courts, there's an energy that feels newly awakened. Madis is part of that, a reflection of a larger generation ready to challenge the world stage. Cyclone beyond the scoreboard, what this means for the Philippines. At its heart, sports is narrative, and this one has drama, hope, and symbolic resonance. For years, Filipino tennis fans have followed the meteoric rise of Alexandra, Alex, Ila, who broke into the WTA top 50 and captured the country's first WTA 125 championship abroad. Ila's global achievements have sparked unprecedented excitement back home, showing a generation of Filipino players what's possible. Now, Madis's wild card slot in Manila's premier women's event gives the home crowd someone new to rally behind. It's the local angle every national sporting event dreams of, a player with personal stakes in a historic tournament, competing in front of her own people. This isn't just a tournament entry, it's a story of local talent stepping into a global arena on home soil. For fans, this injects a fresh emotional heartbeat into Philippine tennis. It's the feeling that yes, talent brewed in local courts, shaped by Filipino spirit, can stand toe-to-toe with the world's best. It's what youth see when they pick up a racket at community courts from Davao to Quezon, from Cebu to Baguio. Dizzy the broader canvas, Philippine tennis takes shape. The significance of Madis's achievement becomes even richer when viewed alongside the grand scale of the event. The Philippine Women's Open isn't a routine fixture. It's the first time the WTA has brought a 125-level tournament to the Philippines. This means international stars, thrilling matchups, and a global audience directed toward Manila's refurbished courts. Veteran competitors, including seasoned pros from the WTA rankings, will take part. Their presence offers an invaluable, experiential learning opportunity for players like Madis. More than competition, it's mentorship by proxy. Watching seasoned pros execute tactical serves, strategic retreats, and explosive shots from the baseline provides a blueprint that textbooks can never teach. Her wild card isn't merely a pass into the tournament, it's an invitation to grow, to learn, to compete against a level of excellence that sharpens resolve and raises ambition. Globe showing Europe-Africa the human element, dreams, sweat, and destiny. Behind every athlete is a story of early mornings, lost matches, celebrations missed, and breakthroughs waited for. For Madis, this wild card entry is the fruit of countless hours of practice, personal sacrifices, and a resilient belief in her own potential. Imagine her stepping onto that court, the crowd murmuring, cameras rolling, her heart racing, but grounded by the echo of countless hits in quiet practice sessions, where her only audience was the temporary scrape of a shoe on a practice court. This is where heroes are quietly forged, in the unseen moments, the silent pushes against doubt, and the slow but certain evolution of self-belief. And that's what makes Madis's story resonate, not just as a sports achievement, but as a universal narrative of aspiration turned reality, against odds and expectations. Party Popper, a tournament to remember, and a future to build. As the days draw closer to the Philippine Women's Open, fans, families, coaches, and young athletes are buzzing with excitement. This event isn't just a stop on the WTA calendar, it's the Philippines staking a claim in the world of elite women's tennis, and Madis's wild card represents hope, possibility, and national pride all wrapped into one. For every young tennis hopeful watching from the stands, from homes, or from screens around the country,